And now when apologizing, they would feel like they have to take the words back, and now they would look even more like a loser, more like a bad guy who has no idea what they're talking about. Even if the receiver on the other end wouldn't think like that, but the person who apologizes, it's like he's giving in his words, he's giving in his behavior, and he regrets everything he's done, and apologizing kind of like sounds like a promise, I will never do this again. So if a person apologizes, he kind of in a way have to take all his words back and sound like he didn't mean it, and that sounds like a promise that he will never do it again. And what happens next is this person kind of like complies and submits to another person's conditions. So before you were equal, now the apologizing person have to submit to the other person's conditions, meaning that apologizing person cannot argue back anymore, cannot stand up for themselves, cannot protect themselves, cannot prove their point anymore, cannot have opinion anymore. And a lot of people don't want to take back their opinion, they don't want to take back their words, because at the moment they felt it's right, and maybe they still continue thinking it's right. And it has something to do with submission and promises, and people are afraid of submission and afraid of promises because that means now you can do whatever you want, now you can treat me the way any way you like, you can misbehave and mistreat me the way you want. And people don't want that. They don't want to come apologizing, given a promise that is never going to happen this way. Submit to your conditions, submit to your rules, and make you in control of the situation and feel lower, because that makes them feel like a less person, like a lower, less of a person. And even if potentially time goes by and people rethink about the argument, rethink about the breakup, they regret a lot of things they said, a lot of behaviors they've done, it's still really hard to come out there and give in everything you were fighting for at the moment and look like a complete idiot, or look like a loser, or look like a fool, because that does make you look like a fool in some way. And it kind of like takes away your rights of being protective of yourself and having opinion and point of view. So for a lot of people, it's easier not to go back to those relationships,